I think we did it.
Okay, so what we have here, this is the carburetor that came off of the saw. Now I've already done the modifications to pull these limiters out so that I get full adjustment, and just so that you guys can see how that's done. Let me see, where's my screw? There we go. All right, so this is a parts carburetor right here. I had it from a parts saw a while back. Just get your screw in there, and you've got to look to make sure that the red notches on the side are lined up properly. I'm going to show you guys real well here. I'm looking for my screwdriver. There it is. All right. So what we do here, there we go. Did you see how that, see the red's in the way there? Not in the way there. Get on this one. So that red right there, right, needs to come through that slot. So now, take our screw and put it in here. And you notice how it just turned it. So we gotta try to somehow turn it back to where that slot lines up. That didn't work. So we gotta go back. There, the slot is lined up. So this is a constant balance of trying to go, is that enough? See, it turned. Oh, we got a red slot over here too. Maybe that's the one we need to line up. I think it is. Let's try this one. There we go. So from that right there, I would say do your low side first. So you pull it out, you grind off those tabs right there, and then you just put it back on. You know, you get both of them out. There we go. So low side first, then work on your high side. Get that tab to where it's free and clear. Get in there just a little bit. You don't want to turn it. Get it off your mark. Bam. Pull it out. Grind those out. Then whenever you grind those off, you can just shove it back on however way it goes. What you don't want to do is you don't want to leave these off. Yeah, you can get in there with a flat tip screwdriver and adjust these. But, two things. One, they're not made for your screwdriver to go on easily. It's always a pain in the rear, right? Two, they're kind of designed to break off. So, grind your little tabs off of these and then put them back on. Doesn't matter which goes to which, they'll fit on either one, and just shove them back on and you can adjust your carb with these in place. All right, now next up we need to take a look at this high jet. This high jet right here goes in that hole. Now, I took a screenshot of Tin Man's video. Tin Man, I hope you're okay with me using this, but here it is. Okay, so now what he was showing was the carb just like this, and it looked different than my carb. I don't know if that was because the camera was flipped, but like this screw head right here to hold your float valve down, all right, or your needle valve, this screw head was down here. A lot of stuff's flip-flopped. So anyways, I'll showcase that and see what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, but since this is my parts carburetor, I didn't mind knocking the high jet out, right? So here's the good carburetor with the high jet still in it. Right there, that's your high jet. Now for some reason it has this odd channel going back and forth like that. I don't know why. Don't know. Doesn't seem to do anything special. There was no Welch plug covering this up. In Tin Man's video, he mentions a Welch plug's covering it up. I don't know if he just said that mistakenly. That happens a lot whenever you're doing these videos, guys. It's hard to look at what you're doing, be technical, and explain everything. You guys as viewers can see a lot more than we can a lot of times. Anyways, so here's your Welch plug. But this is your high jet, and it is not covered with a Welch plug. So this is right here. This is your high side. Can you see the little H right there? That needle literally goes into a channel. Oh, can you see? Yeah, no. It's way down in there. You can't really see. Yeah, you can see a little bit. There's a hole right there. That hole is what is being blocked by the high jet needle. Okay? Now, we've got tunnels and channels and stuff. Probably this right here probably is what's going down and feeding fuel to your jets. I don't know for sure, but that's probably what's feeding fuel to the jets. And whenever you turn this in further, it further closes that little tunnel that's down there. Right. Now, bring in the actual high jet. This is the actual high jet. That fuel flow is going in right here, directly. It's going in that hole, and it's coming out. Whoop. There's a little screen. That's a little screen right there. Nothing special, just a little screen. It's coming out of that screen and being pulled through the actual opening of the carburetor. Right? So you can see where this sticks up in the flow. Right there. Boop. So your high jet goes into this little tunnel passageway where fuel is. And if you pull the high jet further out, you are less restrictive and more fuel can flow through that hole right there and up and into the airstream and get sucked into the engine. Now, what we are looking at, and I know I got a lot of people on viewing this video that may not like whenever I curse, and I don't curse a lot, but here it comes. You ready? What the fuck is that hole for? I can tell you what the fuck that hole is for. That hole is a governing hole. So whenever you pull enough RPMs to create enough of a vacuum, then you're pulling fuel from this hole, not just this one. Okay? So therefore, at high RPMs, this circuit right here comes into play. And the reason those little marks are on there is because I had to knock the piss out of it. Banging it like this with a punch. It was really in there. I had to pow, knock it out. Hard. Anyways, so that little hole right there is not going to pull fuel, or at least not much fuel, until you get to a certain RPM, and it richens up the circuit, creating a situation to where you're less likely to lean out your saw. All right. I still can't tell you what that little slot is for. I don't know why that's even there. But this is it. We're going to plug that hole. We're going to plug that hole and see if it works. If this actually helps out the saw. Helps you to get it to where it'll be not lean, but you know, tuned properly on the high end. Because on the high end, these 590s and the 620s, from what I understand, they just run fat, a lot of fuel. And so I'm going to plug that. Here you go. JB Weld, y'all. If you don't have popsicle sticks in your garage, get some. Quit taking cardboard and breaking it off and trying to stir JB Weld with that. It just doesn't work. Oh, and you break the popsicle stick just like a moron. All right. This is way more than I need, but that's just kind of the way the cookie crumbles. All right, now I have cleaned this up very, very well with some brake clean. Very important to clean it up very well, or else this JB Weld won't stick to it. So here we go. And that's it. I definitely do not want to cram it down in that hole. I don't think that'll be in any way beneficial. There it is. We're going to let that dry and we'll see how it works. All right. So now, what if that doesn't work? Well, it don't work. I am at the extreme luxury of having 2 of these carburetors. I'm also at the extreme luxury of going, well, if it don't work, I'll just buy the 620 carb and put on there. You know? What I don't want to do is burn up that cylinder. I mean, I want this to go great, perfect. But this is more of an experiment. Well, I mean, I'm interested as well. To say it's all for you guys is kind of righteous. It's not. I want to know. But yeah, this is for you guys. I mean, how many thousands of people out there, if they knew that this would make a difference, they'd do it to their saw. So, we're going to see. We're going to see. Now, do I expect to get a lot of performance gains out of this? Not really. I really don't. What I expect this to do is to allow me to better tune the saw. And that's it. I really don't expect anything else like that. You're not going to get a lot of power. I don't think, because in the cut, the saw leans out nicely anyways. We're just trying this to see if it works. The muffler mod will be done at the same time. I know that that's not ideal, guys. I know it's not. But shoot, there's only so much I can do. So whenever we test this thing in wood, it will have that carburetor on it that I have just plugged up that weird hole in the high jet. All right. It will, and I also have modified it so that it is adjustable, fully adjustable. So we're good there too. And then it'll have this truly modded muffler. It's rare that these 590s or 620s, I think, get a truly modded muffler. But this one is a truly modded stock muffler. It's got nice open flow, and we'll see how much of a difference it makes. Now, honestly, I plan on building a muffler for this, but first off, we want to see how much of a difference this makes. Okay, guys, so we got the exhaust mod done, and we have the carburetor mod finished. Now, all this video is going to be is, will this carburetor tune up nicely, or will it be weird? You know, I don't know. We're going to try and find out. So I have not started this since I put it back together, and you're going to learn right along with me. How you like the black plastic? Freaking awesome. Freaking stellar, man. Doing some weird stuff. Me thinkies, it needs high jet. There we go. Ooh, needs lots more fuel. Let's give it a whole turn. Gonna turn it up on the bottom too. Come on. There we go. So annoying trying to get on these jets. There we go. Finally. I think we did it. It is definitely not running hot. I mean, from what little bit I tested here. All that heat is getting out. We've opened up that exhaust. It's getting out of there. We can actually tune this carburetor. Now it's actually getting up to the rev limit that's on the coil. That's my guess is what's going on. It's what it feels like to me. It's what it sounds like to me. I've never heard a 590 do that. You can hear it going all the way up. You can, I mean, I hope you can hear it on the video. You can hear it. You know, before it always blubbers out. You know, like, I don't know, maybe 10,500 RPMs, it garbles out. Maybe not even that high, I don't know. But now it's getting up there. Getting up there to, I don't know, 11,000, 12,000 RPMs, I don't know. Very cool. So, if you like this video and you want to see if this saw is better than a stock 590, then subscribe to the channel. Damn it. Subscribe. My last video on this thing got like 3,500 views so far in like 1 or 2 days. You guys, subscribe. I need it. So, this right here is going to go up against the stock version of itself, and we'll see how much of a difference what I've done makes. Like, legit. Whenever I do a whack off, it is legit, man. The chains are the same. Most of the time I'm running the exact same bar, and with this one it'll be the exact same bar, exact same chain. The last time it was actually used was for this saw on that, doing a whack off. So it's going to be a really legit comparison of whether or not my muffler mod and opening up that carburetor, or, well, closing the high jet on the carburetor if it actually made a difference. Oh. I like it. Hopefully you did too.